Hello, sixth graders. I wanted to show you how you're going to build your tag name on your piece of paper for this project. I've already made my tag, and how I made mine was just using black marker, and I kind of did a cool way of writing it. I added some colors behind it. I added like a burst, like a sunburst. And so this is how I made mine. I'll show you kind of closely. Once your name is on your paper in marker, make sure it's really colorful like this one, or even colorful than this. You are going to build your brick background. I want to remind you that you do not have to do just one like line work like I did just with a marker. You can make these into bubble letters or some sort of brick lettering and then color the lettering in. This is just what I did for mine. So to make your brick background, all I did, and I've made these lines already, but all I did was took my ruler and I measured every 1/2 inch. So every 1/2 inch I made a dot, slid my ruler down, did the same thing on this other side, and then I lined that up from dot to dot, and I drew a line. Make sure you skip over where you've used your marker. You don't want to put your pencil through that. The next step of this process is you're going to have to create bricks. So remember that bricks are rectangle in shape. Okay, you're gonna build your vertical lines down, but then when you skip down to the next row, you have to go in between this line. Bricks are, when they're laid every other brick, and they're not stacked on top of each other perfectly. So you're just going to go through. So every other line of your bricks are going to match up, but you're going to have to skip a row. So I'm going to go through, add my lines. And I think that's about it. Okay, I will do the other side, but I want to get to this side. So to color this, I suggest that you use a color to kind of outline the pencil mark to really emphasize like the grout space that we have. So you can do this for some of them. You can choose really any color you want. You could do black, you could do brown, you could do red. Try to make it look fairly realistic. I attached with this video, I'm going to post some pictures of bricks so you have some good ideas of what you like to do for your bricks. Okay, once you have this outlined in some way, just to kind of emphasize this the grouting of your bricks, you're actually going to use a texture plate to color the background so the brick has an actual texture. So this is the texture plate that I chose. It's kind of hard to see, but it has just random little dots to it. One thing to remember is texture plates have two different sides. One side you will feel a little bit more of a smooth texture or the indents, and then the other side you can actually feel the raised texture. This one has just lots of raised little dots or little bumps. So on this side I can feel like the dots being pushed up. On this side I can feel where the dots were pushed in. So you want to check and see what kind of texture you get from both of them. I kind of like both of the textures. They're slightly different. I'm actually going to go where the one is indented in. So you're going to place your project on top of your texture plate. You're going to grab whatever color you are using. Right now I'm going to just use a really light brown. And you're just going to begin to color. You kind of have to press a little hard to get this texture on there. I'm going to kind of skip around. I'm also going to add some red coloring because bricks are usually just one solid color. They have lots of different colors in them. So I'm going to do that much. I'm going to come in with a red color. Kind of play around with the colors, mix it up a little bit. You can mix these colors, color on top of each other. Make sure you fill in all the white gaps. You can also come back in with a darker brown and you can emphasize the corners of where things are, of where the bricks are rather. And it gives it a little bit more definition and depth to show that it's an actual brick and not just you know, a yellow line of grout. So I'm going to try to come really close. If you can see, my bricks now have a texture on them. So there's about 14 different texture plates that will work really well for this project, and you're going to use those to create a cool texture on the back of your tag.